finishing up the story about yesterday of giving birth, the lady comes in. She's buff. I double checked where we were, and she's like getting ready to take the baby, which so they send you a video beforehand to see how the baby is taken out, and they adjust the head somehow. They like, and then they adjust the shoulders like it's a puzzle of pulling out the baby. So it's not like a pleasure moment. It's more of like a crazy and every time they want to pull out, you have to give strength. That's when the girl goes 1 2 3 and push is the baby is pushing out, right? And then that's when I'm trying to the doctor is trying to jiggle out the baby. So we have to work as a team. That's what they kept mentioning, and that's what they were focusing on, is like we have to work as a team. So when you have contraction, you gotta push. So like I remembered what the push feels like. The push feels like, okay, maybe guys won't know this, but girls will understand. When you are having like what is that? When you're on your period, sometimes the period is, it's not just a stream of blood. Sometimes there's like a ball of blood that drops. I know it's TMI, but it happens. And so if you push it, then that thing drops. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Like there's a clot, right? So when you push it, it comes out. Surprisingly, it's like a thing. It's not, a lot of girls will understand me. So the giving birth part feels like there's a huge like blood down there, and you have to push it out, which is kind of like the same methodology, right? It's coming from the same area, like period comes from your that area, so it makes sense. You just have to push it out. But what's important when you're pushing is to roll up in a ball and push it out. If I'm like this, the energy, like I said, is dispersed everywhere. So we want all the energy that you're giving out down there. So that's why a lot of the time pregnant women, like the moms, are in this position, right? Because it comes out here. They're rolled up and they're like with no sound. So they had the bar next to me, and I'm pushing, right? Now when you are pushing, they make you push for, again, the 10 seconds plus alpha. They go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 more. I'm like, this is not 10 seconds, you you keep swearing, but you tried your best. So surprisingly, I was able to push the baby out within 5-6 pushes. And I remembered it because, remember, I didn't get the epidural, so I felt the whole pain. Down there of like the contraction and everything. So when I'm pushing, when I'm getting that contraction, I tell the doctor, oh my god, I have the contraction. They're like, okay, we're ready. I don't know what they're ready for, but I think they're ready to like fit the puzzle of pulling out the baby. So I'm like, okay, now it's on. Then they're like, I'm like, we're all I can't scream. I'm like, and then like they're like, more, something. Okay, we're about to go out. And then you rest. They tell you to breathe, but I'm breathing, right? I'm like, right? But they keep telling you to breathe. I'm like, what is this breathing method they keep wanting me to breathe, right? It means that they want me to breathe through my abdominal because they need that air going through the baby. So the nurses kept saying, Mom, you need to breathe. If you don't breathe, the baby can't live. I'm like, what the fuck? That's so scary, right? So I'm like breathing. But that's also using your chest. I gotta somehow use my belly. That was the one thing that I was not prepared for, is breathing. because I don't understand it. It's like so try right now, you guys. To breathe, you guys have to breathe through your abdominal muscle. But apparently I was just breathing through my chest, which was interesting. Like, but yeah, luckily out of six tries, we were out and the baby came out crying. And so I kind of missed out that moment of, oh, my baby, because I was done with this whole process within like the 6-7 push. I was expecting like a 10-hour pain, but it was done within like 20-30 minutes. It took longer to set up and prepare and become like the transformer room than me to push it out. So I was kind of like I got the baby. I'm like, wait, this is the baby. Wait, it came out so fast. What? What? So yeah, I didn't even have the time for. I was expecting like, you know, the drama, the movie was like, oh, like crying. I'm in my tears. Like, oh, there's the baby. Like, I'm trying so hard. It's such a dramatic moment, but it was just kind of like, push. Okay, mom, you're doing so great. You just gotta push out more. Okay, remember, you gotta push, and without, you know, like blah blah blah, like all this saying. I was like, okay, push. Okay, push. Okay, push. Wing! Oh! Wing! Huh? What? What? Oh! And then they're like, here's the baby. Let me clean it up. Clean up. We'll do this, do that. Here, do you want skin to skin? It wasn't even skin to skin. They like opened up my clothes like here. Like up to here. And then they put the baby on my skin. I was like, oh. Oh, so sweet. Oh, but skin to skin was weird. I'm like, I'm exhausted, and the baby's here. I'm like, oh god, oh, it's a baby. Oh shoot. And you know what the saddest thing? You know, I have no emotion. You know the MBTI. I'm a T. I don't think I have any F. So once the baby came out, you know what went across my mind? It's the start of disaster. Wow, I'm really a mom. Wow, I really have to start taking care of this baby from now on, and there is no free time for me, and my life will be stranded. That mindset went through my mind. Instead of, oh, it's a precious, my love baby, something, blah blah blah, you know, it was like, wow, it's real. Wow, 어떡해? Oh my god. So, yeah, so I didn't cry. And the side story with all this process was, remember, Mia was behind the curtains when this was being said, like all of the yelling out, and it was ASMR for him. So when he told me later, when he kept hearing, Mom, you gotta breathe. If you don't breathe, the baby can't breathe, right? He just was hearing this. So in his mind, he thought I like fainted or something. And then he was ready to like open up the curtains and be like, Jinri! Like, you know, try to wake me up because he thought I fainted. But I was like, no, I was breathing, but they kept telling me to breathe. So I was really stuck. But yeah, like you have to breathe through your abdominal muscles. So that was kind of like the side blooper story. So it wasn't like a fun experience for him either. But in terms of cutting the umbilical cord, they cut it first, and because it was just way too bloody. Like, I guess, I don't know how much blood it came up, but apparently it's way too bloody. So they cut it out first, and then they took him behind to show Mia, and then he cut it like officially, like up to maybe like a certain part. So he did get to still cut it, but it was kind of like just a ceremony, which I thought was pretty funny. And then baby luckily was crying right away, so healthy baby, no issues for now. Just his head is like it's like a cone. That's not what I was was expecting the baby's head was kind of like in a very long shape, but apparently it takes like time for him to like for the baby's head to come back normal. Yeah, I wasn't expecting the baby's head to be kind of like, you know, so that was a whole experience. And the worst thing, now you would think that the worst thing about giving birth is the pushing out part, right? For me, it wasn't bad because the contraction was just kind of like on and off. So every time there was a contraction, I'll just push, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Especially also I didn't have the epidural, so I thought it wasn't that bad. The worst part is when they had to sew down there, because they cut it open. They cut a little bit open down there for, you know, the baby to come out. So they had to re-sew it back. Like they had to sew it back. That was real pain because there was no, you know, like numbness down there. It was just straight up pain, and I could feel the needles and thread and going on. That was unbelievable. So that's the first time I kept screaming. I was like, it's so painful. So that was, I think, the hardest part for me. But in terms of giving out birth and everything, it wasn't. So I was done in like 5 hours. 11. Yeah, the baby came out. Actually, it was done in 4 hours because the baby came out at 3:32. So 4 or 5 hours. And I think they didn't want to leave a bad experience for the husband being traumatized from seeing all the blood. So he was still behind the curtains. They sent the baby up to the room to just double check on his health and everything. I think during the birth part, adrenaline kicked out because I was really, okay, this might sound crazy, but I was kind of enjoying figuring out how to push out the baby. Like, I tried this method. The doctor said, oh, no, you gotta try ABC method or something. Oh, okay, let me try this. So I think I think I'm kind of like crazy in terms of like pushing out the baby, but yeah, don't ask me. So that was like the big, you know, yeah, that's, I do have an engineer brain. So, and they had this other lady come in and wipe all the blood on the floor, and then Mia could see me. So Mia's face the whole time was like, what is going on? So that was my whole birth story. I'm happy that I got to finish the story. I thought it was needed. Actually, I wanted for you guys to feel this pain. Don't you think it was that painful? But funny story is they told me that next time come faster because I was really close of giving birth in the car. Since the 10 centimeters opened within an hour, they told me if you're gonna have your next kid, the moment you feel any pain, you need to rush in. So I was like, oh, okay, sorry. Okay. But they were like, oh, thank God this happened. And the baby has officially waken up.